it could say car like this. You pass in car like that. And now when I call the function, watch what happens. I'm actually going to delete this because we don't want the car. We'll pass in the car. And watch this. Passing, I try to run the function now. Well, I'll keep the car for now just to keep it simple. I try to run it and it should print out Toyota, right? But look, it underlines my thing. And it says missing one required positional argument. So one required positional argument. What the heck does that mean? To me, that still doesn't make sense. Like argument. Why do we have to use argument for that? I don't know. But that's what they use. That's what we use as coders. So as you can see, it says this function is called passing, and it says car right here. So essentially, I need to pass in, and how do I pass in something? I pass it in by putting it in here. So I could say like BMW. And I'm just for example, I'm going to remove this, but now it says run the passing function and have this be the car. So now it should print out the car, BMW, because I'm running this function. It's asking here for a car type, and we're passing in the car type. Now, a good way to show this example is I'll remove car from here, and remember, when coding, it reads top down. So it reads in car equals Toyota, okay? So def passing car means we're saying a function called passing, and it passes in the car, and then the number 67. Now, if I say car, if I put here like this, essentially what it's going to do is if you don't pass in this BMW here like this, it's going to set car to car, and car is set up here. So it should print Toyota. I trust me, you got to play with this yourself and put in your own stuff, because to me this was super hard to understand. But once you understand this, you really understand coding. So for example, this says this is a function, right? And we know it's a function because it says def, and then this is the name of the function. And then if you ever see this, this means, hey, I need to pass something in. What the heck is passing in? Well, down here, you can see I run the function and I don't pass anything in. Since I don't, it goes to the default. Like it's going to use the default argument. Technically is what it's called. Car equals car. So it's going to be like, hey, okay, they didn't pass anything in when they called this function, so we're just going to have it be car. So I print it out here, and it prints out Toyota. But now in the case that I do pass something in, let's say Lambo, if I pass in the Lambo, now it's going to be like, oh, great, we don't have to use the default, which is car. We get to use whatever they passed in. So now car equals whatever they passed in. So guess what's going to happen here? This is going to print out Lambo. See? See the difference there? And then since it's already set to equals, car equals car, that means there's a default value. So if argument, I'm going to use the word, but I don't like it, has an equals, then there's a default. So write that down real quick. Car equals car. If the argument has an equals, then there is a default, and it's not needed to pass something in. You should, I think you should pass something in, absolutely, but it's not required. And let me illustrate this. If there isn't an equals, look at this. Def car, it's saying, hey, pretty much you have to pass something in or else this function is not going to work. So right now I'm passing something in, so it should work. It should be Lambo, right? But Now it's going to yell at me if I don't pass something in. So passing, since the car does not equal something, that means there's no default value. Shows an error. And what's that error? Passing, missing one required positional argument. Now what I like to do when I can't figure something out, I just copy this whole thing right here, and guess where I go? Because I'm a professional Googler, and I'll just type in Python with it, and it will show me exactly the answer.